Khushu means calmness, serenity, tranquility, dignity, and humility. What makes a person have this khushu is the fear and love of Allah and the sense that He is always watching. Surah Al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, verses 1 to 2. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Successful indeed are the believers, those who offer their salah with all solemnity and full submissiveness. Khushu means that the heart stands before the Lord in humility and submission. Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 238. وَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ قَانِتِينَ. And stand before Allah with obedience. Part of obedience is to bow, to be solemn and submissive, to lower one's gaze and to humble oneself out of fear of Allah. May He be glorified. The site of khushu is the heart, and its effects are manifested in the physical body. The various faculties follow the heart. If the heart is corrupted by negligence or insinuating whispers from shaitan, the worship of the body's faculties will also be corrupt. The heart is like a king, and the faculties are like his troops, who follow his orders and go where they are commanded. If the king is deposed, his followers are lost, which is like what happens when the heart does not worship properly. Khushu is a serious and a major issue which is impossible to achieve without the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Being deprived of khushu is nothing short of a calamity. Hence the Prophet ﷺ used to say in his dua, "O Allah, I seek refuge with you from a heart that has no khushu." Those who have khushu are of varying levels or degrees. Khushu is an action of the heart that may increase and decrease. Some people have khushu as great as the clouds of the sky, and others may finish their prayer without having understood anything at all. When it comes to prayer, there are people of 5 levels. The first is the level of the one who wrongs himself and is negligent. He does not do wuzu properly, or pray at the right time, or make sure he does all the necessary parts of prayer. The second, this is someone who observes the outward essentials of prayer, prays on time and does wudu, but he has lost the battle against his own self and is overwhelmed with waswasa. The third, this is someone who observes the outward essentials of prayer, prays on time and does wudu, and also strives against his own self and against waswasa. But he is preoccupied with his struggle against his enemy, the shaitan, lest he steal from his prayer, so he is engaged in salah and jihad at the same time. The fourth, this would be someone who, when he stands up to pray, he fulfills all requirements of the prayer, and his heart is fully focused and alert, lest he omit anything. And his concern is to do the prayer properly and perfectly. His heart is deeply immersed in his prayer and worship of his Lord. The fifth, the last, is one who does all of that, but he takes his heart and places it before his Lord, looking at his Lord with his heart and focusing on him, filled with love and adoration, as if he is actually seeing him. That waswasa and those thoughts diminish, and the barriers between him and his Lord are lifted. The difference between the prayer of this person and the prayer of anyone else is greater than the difference between heaven and earth. When this person prays, he is preoccupied with his Lord alone and is content with him. Now, the first type is punishable, the second is accountable, and the third is striving, so he is not counted as a sinner. The fourth is rewarded, and the fifth is drawn close to his Lord, because he is one of those for whom prayer is a source of joy. Whoever finds their joy in prayer in this life will find their joy in being close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter, and will also find his joy in Allah in this world. Whoever finds his joy in Allah will be content with everything, and whoever does not find his joy in Allah will be destroyed by his feelings of grief and regret for worldly matters. Finally, we ask Allah to make us among those who have khushu and to accept our repentance and accept our salah. Ameen.